permission to come aboard.
Aquaman swims into theaters December 21st, and based on early reviews, the Jason Momoa-led action flick looks set to make a splash. According to The Hollywood Reporter's own Todd McCarthy, Aquaman is so elemental in its tall tale-telling, its concentration on royalty, and the overriding significance of battle that it feels closer in nature to ancient myth than do most comics-derived epics. This is arguably what works in its favor in comparison to most Warner Bros. DC features, other than those by Christopher Nolan. Even as it indulges its technical wizardry, the film is most rooted in its scenes of greeting, farewell, and the clashes of titans in the ancient sense. The comparisons to other DC movies don't stop there, with Polygon's Karen Hahn writing, "Love them or hate them, DC movies have shown off an undeniable sense of ambition, embracing the sheer sense of scale offered by film as a medium. Aquaman is no exception to the rule, it's just that it's on the opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to literal and figurative light." Meanwhile, Vox's Alex Abad-Santos cites the film as being overly ambitious, but notes that there are redeeming qualities. Carried by Momoa's natural charisma, the movie's underwater charm offensive does a lot to smooth over its ill-advised attempt to cram way too much into one movie, even if it still stumbles while trying to juggle myth-building, romance, adventure, world travel, death, betrayal, riddles and puzzles, father-son bonding, Greek mythology, Julie Andrews as a kraken-like creature, and multiple villains, he writes. It's as if someone told Wine and Teen that Aquaman would be the title character's one and only shot at a solo movie, and they made sure to go for broke. Helen O'Hara of Empire seems to agree, writing, "The plot is honestly a mess, overcomplicated yet predictable. What makes the film passably entertaining is that director James Wan throws astonishing amounts of action at the wall, and much of it sticks, though not always together," she argues. There's entertainment in watching something so outrageously over the top, exploding in such strange ways. Just when you think you have a handle on it, something bizarre will happen. Los Angeles Times critic Kenneth Turan expressed his admiration of Wan's choices in his review, enthusing, "It's not just the great sense of underwater spectacle this team creates, complete with immense ancient statues and seahorses that really live up to the name. It's that the effects make you believe the characters are actually living and breathing under the sea, even though filming on sound stages with wires and rigs was the order of the day." Of course, not everyone got swept away by the movie, as demonstrated by The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw, who called it a laborious, slow-moving and dripping wet film, barnacle-encrusted with solemnity, and with a Ripley underwater production design that looks like a giant version of the kitschy items that you'd put in fish tanks. Aquaman is set to open in North America on December 21st. To read more of what the critics are saying about Aquaman, head to THR.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.